All right. So they got this clown here using the gray and black sweater. As I was leaving the school, he came out of the school. So anyway, just picked him up, and he was in the classroom taking a test. And I'm like, why is he in the classroom taking a test? He has a headache, right? I said, apparently it's severe enough that you guys called me to come pick him up. So why send him back into the classroom to take a test? But, this is what I say. What they do is that they try to circumvent shit. I talk about how being a TI, they always put you through these tests. So when I walked into the school, right, the school security officer, she starts, she asked me for my ID. And as she's asking me for my ID, she has this look on her face. Keep going. She has this look on her face, right? And, like I said, I've been to the school many times, so I have no issues with them giving them my ID. Nothing like that. See, this is why they have all the cops there, right? In order to try to make you suspicious, to act suspicious, right? Now, that's not to say, the feeling of, concern didn't come over me, because it did. But, we got to work past these things, right? Because remember, this is what they do to us. They drug us to soften up our minds so they can manipulate us, right? And we can be easily persuaded. We can be easily manipulated, right? So understand what that's done. Now, here's another thing. Now, why is he walking back and forth? This kid right here. You gotta get this kid. Right? He should be in school. He's looking at the car, the silver. What is that? Lexus, right? So he should be in school, but they got him on this block here, walking back and forth. Because that's what they do. They get these young kids into the, when these are cult members and they get their kids involved in doing stuff like that when they should be in school, not walking around. I remember when I was a teenager, if we dip out of school, we got someplace to go. We're not standing on the school block walking back and forth. Again, I understand behavior, right? So they all happy now. Look, you're falling this lip. Look, so I just stick my middle finger out. Yes. Take out that smirk out of his face. Right? So, like I said, we see this time and time again. I talk about this. This is what they do. They'll basically use dirty energy on my son, give him headaches, right? And it always the same thing. There'll be a whole bunch of police in the train station, at the train station. Hold up, another light, right? And then they start attacking me. Look at the white guy hiding in the corner. Yes, over there, hiding in the corner. Caught him though. But anyhow, yeah. This is what they do. I want you to understand how they operate, right? And notice all of their tactics, right? Notice all of their tactics, okay? All right? What is he doing? So he came over here just to blow his nose, right? Look, they turn around looking at the car license plate. Look, there's a taxi commission. All right, so why do they do that? Remember I talk about how we're brainwashed, all right? Oh, see, going back into that. Yeah, remember I talk about how we're brainwashed, how we're programmed. So, like I said, when certain letters, right? The letter S, the letter T, the letter C, certain words, the letter W, for example. Certain things that they'll do, certain words that have certain, like window, win, up, progress, forward, back. You know what I'm saying? They do it because they say certain things because we're programmed and it is a negative programming, right? So, and again, you'll see they try to get away with it. They try to cover their asses by using false witnesses because false to create to accuse, false accusation, I should say. Ethan, watch out for the dog doodle, okay? False accusations in order for them to get away with it, okay? Understand the way these criminals work, all right? Understand it, because they are criminals. Make no mistake about it. They may be in a position of authority. They may have a badge and a gun, okay? They may have an authoritative role, but they're criminals. And when you see them as such, then you'll know exactly who you're dealing with, right? And this is why I continue to do what I do, because you see, like I said, I have a greater purpose, and though they may try and attempt to put me on a different path, a negative path, right? Once you become awakened to this stuff and you really start to understand the truth, they're going to attack you more and more. So, you know, I'm not surprised. Like I said, I keep documenting it because, you know, I want to show you guys exactly what's being done so you can learn from it. So you can create your own defense mechanism, right? So remember, like I said, these people play by different rules, right? They change the rules when it suits them. They will create crime to justify whatever narrative, whatever agenda they want to push forward, all right? And the vast majority of the public are oblivious and ignorant to what's happening, what's going on, okay? So I always say, you know, Negropeans love to talk about how they believe in Jesus, right? But in the Bible it tells you, right? Jesus was a teacher, right? And who fought against supposedly fought against the state. But then at the same time, Jesus told the people to render unto Caesar what is Caesar. Now, what kind of revolutionary is Jesus? So when they say Jesus is a revolutionary, that's a lie. Because a revolutionary is someone, persons, right, with an S, plural, who fought against an oppressive state. Ethan, hold up. Right? So how could Jesus be a revolutionary when he's telling his people to render unto Caesar what is Caesar? When he knows that Caesar is unjustly taxing his people. Okay? So I want you to get the mic there. The mic there. What's she looking at? What are you looking at? Are you looking at the I don't even know what color is that? Bunch of pussies. That's what they are. Yeah. So anyway, right? So how is it that these so-called Negropean Christians don't understand that? Right? Because I want you to understand the delusional mindset that they have, the hypocritical, the contradictory mindset that have been conditioned into their psyche. Right? So, when you see, particularly as a black person, how our teachers, our scholars have been attacked, okay? The ones who was telling us the truth, we don't look at those individuals as our Christ, right? As our saviors, right? But we look at the white person who will come into a community, spreading propaganda and lies, manipulating us. We look at them as our savior, right? So I was watching a video and I think it was Vicky Dillard, and she was like the devil is a liar. No, Vicky, the devils are a liar. Because remember, you look at the definition of devil, someone who deceives, right? And what has white people done to black people for centuries? They have lied to us, they have deceived us. Okay? And this is why the vast majority of us walk around here with the delusional mindset. Okay? Because white people know what they've done to our psyche. They know what they've psychologically done to us as a people. As they know what they've done to us as black men and Negropean men. They know what they've done to us as black women and Negropean women. And for us as black men and black women, at least we sought the truth. At least we researched the truth. At least we reject European concepts of religion, of beauty, of superiority in terms of intelligence. And so what did the devils have to do? They have to make us dumb to say that's who we are, right? They have to, once they create the stereotypes, now they have to make us act and behave as the stereotypes that they've created about us. How is it that we don't understand that? Right? Yeah. Look at them. They are looking at these gray silver cars. You know how many times they do that shit? Here, let me look at the Con Edison vehicle for you. Look at she's pulling her hair. She walked by the Con Edison vehicle. Okay, so understand that I know exactly. Yeah, I know what they're doing, and this is why I expose it, regardless of these Negropeans. Regardless of what they think, what they say, doesn't make a difference. Because my job is to educate them, to wake them up to what's going on, right? To reveal the lie that's in front of them, okay? So that they can have a true understanding of who they're dealing with, all right? All right, so before I go, I just want to say one thing. Not one thing, but anyhow. So in Eton School, so I was talking to one of the people, one of the Negropean women in the office, and I said to her, why would the nurse send him back to the school to take a test, right? If he has a headache that's affecting his ability to think, to concentrate, to remember, why send him back to take a test? But they were like, well, he said that. I'm like, okay, so what do we do? What do we do if a child comes in here, with a, who may be injured, physically injured? You know what I'm saying? I didn't say that, but let's do this scenario. A child comes in, right? Injured, bleeding, right? He says that, okay, I'm fine. I can sit down. I can go take a test. What have you? I can go back to class. But you just call his parents and say that your child has been hurt for you to come pick him up. Does that make any sense? Now I want you guys to think logically, okay? I want you guys to think logically, right? Because these people don't. This is what I say. When they want to call us crazy, as TIs, for speaking the truth, understand who the crazy people are. Understand who have the insane and crazy mentality and personality. Understand who have multiple personalities. Okay? Me as a black person, when I hear people say, "Oh, I code switch," I'm like, okay, so you're using your other personality now, huh? Right? So you have three personalities actually, right? But you learn how to use both your personality. You can code switch. You can turn into a totally different person, right? You can turn into a totally different person, okay? When you're around white people, right? So I want you to understand what they're saying, right? I want you to understand that. So when they say they code switch, that means that they switch off one personality and switch to another personality in order to interact within a different environment amongst a different group of people. See, I don't need to do that. I myself, no matter where I go, I don't got to code switch. I don't got to put on fake smiles. I don't got to be all extra happy, extra cheery. But that's how a lot of black people, a lot of Negropean people are when they get around white people. They code switch. And when you want to, as a black man, as a black woman, be careful of people like that. Be careful of when you see them get into a different environment that they turn into somebody else. Okay? be careful of those kind of people. Stay away from them, right? Because they have multiple personalities, and so they will switch up on you, you know, in a heartbeat, right? They will turn into somebody else when the shit goes bad, right? When they're upset with you or mad with you, okay? They'll turn into a completely, totally different person. So, like I said, be careful of people like that. And this is the vast majority of nigger peers, right? This is why, for me, if I'm around black people, not nigger peers, not around black people, okay, that's better, because at least I know I'm talking to people who understand reality, who know the truth, and who are not, who don't see the truth as being negative, who don't see the truth as being something that bothers their soul, their spirit. You know, so you gotta be very, very careful around these people, right? So when you hear them say, "Oh, I know how to code switch," they're telling you that they have two personalities that they use, okay, and they will switch personalities depending on the environment that they're in, the situation that they're in. So again, just be careful of those people. Like I've you know, Dr. Amos Wilson said, you know, that when it comes to nigger-peons, he didn't say nigger, he just said black people. But I like to differentiate, because there's a difference, right? That the backwards conditioning that I've been conditioned into us, right? The neuroses that have been conditioned into us, right? And when you're conditioned, particularly to be hyper neurotic, you tend to be some from compulsive disorder, hyper individuality, hypersexuality. Everything is hyped up, and that's nigger-peons. Like I said, I used to be one. I used to be a nigger-peon. I can admit that, not proudly. Just like I could say I used to be a Christian, and I can admit that, but not proudly, right? But I didn't know any better. It's when you know better and you understand what's going on, you know the truth, then, excuse me, the decisions that you make will be more beneficial to you, right? Your thinking will be more on the lines of being more logical, and, you know, you become more caring, you become more concerned, right? You become more understanding, right? Which is the total opposite of the mentality and the mindset of nigger-peons. All right? So I'll just leave you guys with that one. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.